Hello chess fans. As you notice, we have this pawn here, but it's very hard sometimes to get pawns, little pieces that you lose in a chess set, but we'll definitely try to get that pawn back. Hello, Kevin.
Hello, yeah, I have other pawns at home, so
okay, we'll try to get that replaced. Who's your opponent this week, Kevin?
This is William Gray. His rating is 1971. It was played in the Mechanics Institute on February 8th, 2022 in the Tuesday night marathon, last Tuesday.
Okay, William Gray is one of my favorite opponents. It seems like every time I play him, I really like this guy. He's a high A player now. When I played him a few years ago, he was an expert, but that just happens with old age. Okay, what did you play, Kevin? E4. Okay. Oh, good. We get to exchange one of the pawns.
Yeah, D6.
Okay, it looks like it's a mainline Sicilian, folks.
We played D6.
Okay, very sharp. The Dragon variation is one of my favorite, one of the sharpest in chess.
And last week I predicted I was going to allow a line that we looked at, but he didn't play into it. The line where we will put it on the board again.
Okay, looks like somewhat of a main line, but with a
different transpositions.
A little bit funny move order.
Yeah, really funny now.
Well, here I think this is the move I like to play here. Have you seen this one before?
Probably. There's weird, irritating moves. Like, let's look at that a little bit. What is that?
This is one of my favorite moves here.
8 dot Queen B6. Can I play this here? He takes there.
It gets tricky, you know.
Yeah, I know, it's very irritating. I think I just saw that online.
I'm not really sure how the line goes. I'm supposed to take and then possibly here or something. I don't know.
I might have to take that with check real quick.
Yeah, you take there first, and then I'm not sure what happens. But anyway,
the king can step over and
yeah, it's a very weird, a really weird ass line. But this, this is solid. This is going to lead to, we're going to transpose into a main line again.
Yeah.
With this move.
So, Brendan tells me this is called the Nordic Dragon, and there's a game where John Grief plays Queen D2, then later Queen D2.
No, wait a minute. Which Brendan?
Brendan with
L.A.
an A.
Brendan?
L.A. Brendan,
okay.
who is a master.
So how are you able to converse with L.A. Brendan?
Well, actually he had told me this years ago that it's called the Nordic Dragon. So, but I have conversed with him recently. I talked with him actually about a week ago, and I was ready to go to work. And it's kind of weird because, well, it's bad. Like he's just up and says, "Oh, I got to hang up." Do you get that from him? Do you ever talk to him?
Well, so I haven't talked to Brendan in about 10 years, but that's one thing I do remember about him is sometimes when you talk to him, you just go, "Okay, bye," or something.
Yeah, it used to always be his dad was calling. Yeah, I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. Does that sound weird? Or
no,
his dad died though, so
I heard that his dad might have died or something.
His dad died, and now he lives in the condo where he lived with his dad.
Oh, okay.
So the last thing I was texting him if he should think about selling the condo and buying a house.
Yeah.
Because he probably has a lot of equity, and he's established in his job as a pharmacy technician. I'm not exactly sure. I know a realtor in the LA area could introduce him. I was telling him, but he hasn't responded to those texts. But yeah, like I talked to him, and why did I bring this up? Well, I don't know. He told me years ago. Queen of Nordic Dragon. We looked at that Nordic Dragon last week where Black gets a pawn for the exchange at the end, and it's in the mayor book, and he doesn't really look at that point of it. He just stops the analysis, and he doesn't look at Bishop takes B2. It was a book called The Soltis Dragon.
Well, the general rule is that if Black can sack the exchange and get a pawn for it, especially this pawn where these are broken up, that's a very good exchange for Black.
Yeah.
When you can not only get this pawn, but have a pawn for your down the exchange, that's often good.
You called the positions equal, right?
Yeah.
Because I do have the exchange. So I was telling Ed, showing Ed that position, and he was just like, he said white would be better, and he was like, I'm playing this white pawn up to C4 and stuff like that.
Okay.
But
So you played what?
Yeah,
Queen D2.
I've been playing into this.
Oh, wait a minute. You played here?
Yeah, like.
Oh, my God.
It's called the Nordic Dragon, and there's a game where John Grief plays here first, but then later here. And it's you preserve the light square bishop unless he plays b5, and then that's a lot of time or whatever. I don't know, but I know you're supposed to just trade the dark square bishop and win the dark squares, but the white f7 pawn is. I mean, okay, let's. So I don't know.
Oh, I see. That's a very tricky variation because if I take here, then I think
yeah,
you have
we
this
looked
at
at
the
that
very
last
end.
week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like you take
very
here,
tricky.
here. But
Yeah.
in this position, he hasn't castled. He's played this move instead, so it's maybe a little better for white even now.
Yeah, maybe so.
Because you can't immediately just take with the rook.
Okay.
So he played this, and now.
Okay, this is a very tricky line. You know, I'm used to the queen being on that square, so this makes it a very different variation. You know, the only drawback I can see is it's harder to.
Yeah, I know.
That
I was trying to address that, but
on the other hand, you're protecting the c4 square better than in the main line, where the c4 square is often.
Usually, you have to give up the light
open.
square bishop, which I don't know. Like maybe you want to do that, but because the light square bishop can get trapped, like with Noah's Ark type traps with the pawns. But I don't know. Okay, so he trades here, which I don't think is.
That's not that good.
Yeah, I know I read somewhere it's not best, but the Chamberlain game in the Accelerated Dragon, it's an okay line though. I guess a newer line, but.
Anyway, folks, this is a sharp variation. I don't really like the knight exchange because the knight wants to come into c4 in this variation. Now, it's very hard for black to develop any meaningful counterplay. You want to get these pawns up here, but it's very difficult if you exchange on d4 like this. Now I feel that white has a better game because now this is also coming maybe.
That's what Ed kept saying. I should have been, especially with my queen here. Maybe that's, I should consider such ideas. But first is black's move right now.
Oh my God. I'm not sure what to do, but this looks like an excellent pawn sacrifice, but maybe this is a pawn that you can just take. I don't know.
That's what Ed thought. He thought I should take, but I was afraid to take.
Okay. But now that you've gotten back here, I was just wondering if he could get real aggressive.
Yeah, he played that immediately.
Now here in this position, I thought maybe you take this. Maybe I'm saying. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's still, a bit unclear,
13.
And black has, obvious compensation, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the most prudent thing to do is just play a4.
That's what I did.
And not, but he still has play, I think.
He took it the knight.
Okay. Now, I like rook b8 myself. With the idea of coming in here.
That's what he did.
Yeah, William Gray likes sharp openings. He's a sharp player, So
no, he made a big boo-boo.
Okay, you made a big mistake here.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you do here, Kate?
Playing there.
Now, why is that a big mistake?
Well, the knight's too awkward. He attacks the knight, and the knight has nowhere to go.
Aha. Okay, I see. This is trouble right here.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Oops.
So I had this.
Oh, see, now you got a bunch of pieces that are sort of exposed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's right on the diagonal long squared bishop.
Nevertheless, it's not that easy for me to exploit that. I could kick your queen and then play like e5 or something. And you know what I'm saying? And then
kicking the queen first is a different.
No, I'm thinking about this move. Your queen moves, and then bingo, I hit the rook. See, I'm trying to I'm trying to win that piece.
Yeah. Well, he didn't find the right move order, I
Okay.
guess. He went here immediately.
Well, now, what's wrong with that, Caven? That looks crushing to me.
Well, he's closing off his dark squared bishop. I'm going to lose the exchange, but I'm not going to lose a whole piece. I thought, but it got weird.
Well, I don't know, Caven. It looks like you're in big trouble. What did you do?
Over here, trying to hold on to my piece.
Ah, see that? I didn't really see that. Okay, now here?
He didn't do that.
Can
That's
also
what I
go
expected.
here.
I expected him to just,
Win the exchange.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, if he goes here, then
You move the rook to C7, maybe?
yeah.
Something. Okay.
But here's a skewer.
Yeah. What did he do? He didn't do this.
He didn't do that right away.
Whoa. Whoa.
He did this.
Okay,
This
that's
is like
kinda
one of
weird.
these moves that feels like, oh boy, give me a pawn, but then again, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a terribly weak move at the same time either.
Okay, what did you do? You took, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really see the point of this D5 move.
Well, he's trying to open up his diagonal. Let me see. Oh, and I took here, which
Okay.
might have been a,
Kind of risky, but, you know.
yeah. And then he did this.
Okay, now you've got some big problems here, but it looks like you're going to get control of the light squares, you know?
Yeah.
This is kind of interesting. This is kind of a little bit of a mess here.
Yeah.
You see, your extra pawns are what? They're right in front of your king. Is
Well,
that
yeah,
good
one
or
extra.
bad? Okay, you're one extra pawn. Is this good or bad?
Well, it's open file, so that's trouble.
It's trouble because he's got all these pieces on the board ready to attack your king. So sometimes I feel that when I got when I got pawns for a piece or pawns for the exchange, these are not pawns I can readily cash in. In fact, because it's a middle game, my own king is exposed a little bit. See? So what I'm saying is that this could be dangerous for white if he can get his rooks over here.
I did this in an
Okay.
effort to
Try to
get over to the pin, I guess.
takes. Got
No,
to take.
No, you didn't.
What? You didn't take?
Hey, how are you?
If he takes,
I am taking a.
I think my problems of losing a piece are over.
Okay.
What do you take?
Now what I was
And-
afraid of, what do you do if I just take?
And then I thought, no, the knight is hanging. I have
Okay,
a tempo.
but now my move, and now I was worried about this move a little bit. But you can just go back to
Yeah,
Queen
yeah, yeah.
E2.
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
okay.
right.
So what did he do here?
Yeah.
Excellent. Bill? Awesome. How's that going?
Oh, it's very good.
You went back here.
No, he's been
Okay.
studying over it.
And so, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So now it's like,
Now it's really getting interesting.
I know.
Got to stay on the rook, right?
yeah.
So you're tasting a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Excellent. Did you have a good break?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the bid.
And now I think,
This is possible.
I thought he could have won a piece like this.
Touch wood. So far, I've managed to avoid it, but
Because he's hitting this another time, he's hitting this,
yes.
and then it's going to be end up,
Okay.
I try to defend, but it's going to be overworked, right?
So
Oh, yeah.
when the mask all come off,
Is he like, how does he do it? He takes here.
Yeah, he just takes your rook, and that's going to either win the knight or it's going to win the bishop.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, you're right. Rook A8 is the move. So yeah, I mean, I thought, this whole setup you got here is a risky one because you
Yeah.
got all these pieces that are unprotected. So this is a good pattern for you guys to learn. is to watch out for pieces that are not supported by pawns and pieces hanging all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, so he missed it. So.
But it was hard to, you know, he forced me into stuff, kind of like.
Yeah.
And
okay, so this is a move, I think. E4 is a
let
move.
me see now. Yeah, actually, that's what he did do.
Okay, now the idea behind this move is I'm trying to get the bishop working now, and if you take the pawn, then maybe I can have the square to work with.
That's what happened.
Okay.
And then he played this.
Okay. Now we have a very interesting situation where white has all his pieces over here, and you know, we got the bishop's diagonal is now opened, and you know, we have probably a roughly equal position, but I feel that black, you know, if he keeps the queens on the board, might be able to exercise pressure against the king here.
Actually, what happened right here is black immediately offered to exchange the ending in which he was winning, and I took it.
Okay.
So he took the pawn.
Okay.
And then I traded queens, and this is losing.
Well, why is it losing? It doesn't look losing to me. Can't you just take? What's wrong with
Take
it?
the queen, and then the knight comes here.
Okay. Now black is a little better because he's got the knight. He's got all his pieces working. He's got pressure all over the place, and these pieces are kind of funny. So I believe that black went on to win this game.
It only took like 2 more moves.
Okay, 2 more moves, and then white resigned. So
Like,
definitely.
what should white do here? Do you think?
Well, I don't really see the here or something. I don't know. What, I see that, you know, black has big pressure, but anyway, yeah. So
I went here.
well, first of all, he can just start taking, or he can check, you know. But anyway,
Yeah, I mean, taking, I was going to accept the double pawns, but check was just.
check is devastating. So anyway, in this bad position,
And then
white.
and then I played there, and then I gave up after this.
Yeah, no, this is really quite bad. So, yeah, in this kind of difficult position, white lost. So we have to kind of go back to the drawing board here. Thanks for watching, friends. Okay, Kevin. Yeah, this is.